Hello and welcome Crypt dwellers to the Retro Media Crypt, unearthing the very best in retro entertainment. Now they say revenge is a dish best served cold, but on today's episode it's best served with a healthy dose of radioactivity, physical violence and farmyard animals, with reviews of Revenge of Billy the Kid, Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, and Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter.
Such a hothead.
Have you ever wondered to yourself what the consequences of a farmer having sex with a goat are? Well, in Revenge of Billy the Kid, we get to find out. Revenge of Billy the Kid was released in 1992 on VHS by Medusa Pictures. Set on an isolated island farm, we are privy to the company of the McDonalds, Giles and Greta, and their children, Ronnie, Ronald and Ronald. They are well-mannered.
Is that it, Giles? There's more milk in our Ronald's tits.
Caring.
Well, I do that.
Don't be daft. You get seasick standing in a puddle.
And intellectual.
Catch them on my island again. I'll give them so much shot up their ass, they won't know which to hold the shit out of.
One day Giles decides he wants to go all the way with one of his goats and takes her to a secluded spot for a quickie.
Fucking women, fucking goats. My, you're a pretty one.
How was it for you then?
Did she get a good shaft in paw?
Best she ever had.
The goat quickly gets pregnant and gives birth to a mutant goat.
What old goat did that?
That the family cast aside except for Ronnie, who cares for and nurtures her new sibling, Billy.
My way, girl.
Don't kill her. It's cute.
It's a flea.
I'll take care of you.
We soon learn that Billy does not crave normal food and instead requires meat and human flesh.
Yeah.
Revenge of Billy the Kid is a love letter to horror films such as Bad Taste and Evil Dead, and wears its influences clearly on its sleeve. Note the Evil Dead poster on the wall.
Quick.
The comedic acting suits the film perfectly and is a nice juxtaposition to the gory goat killings, and is generally fairly funny.
And I'm gonna travel to the far-flung corners of the world.
What? Oldham?
Nah, been there.
With a sex scene between Giles and Greta exercising a masterclass in nausea, with fart sounds and squelches aplenty. Don't worry, I won't show it, just in case you're eating dinner. Special effects are decent for the budget, with the main attraction of the human goat monster faring well, and some nice practical gore effects and deaths. Revenge of Billy the Kid was also released on DVD, which you can probably pick up for about £15 to £25, and is definitely worth a watch for fans of Evil Dead, Bad Taste and Brain Dead. Now we go from Billy the Goat to Billy Lee in Double Dragon 2, The Revenge. Double Dragon 2 was released in 1990 and developed by Technos Japan for the Nintendo NES and is based on the arcade game of the same name released 2 years earlier in 1988. It is a 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up set in the year 19XX in a world where violence rules all. When Billy's girlfriend Marion is killed by a local gang, the Shadow Warriors, it's up to Billy and his brother Jimmy Lee to avenge her death. Revenge plays like the first game, but this time a 2-player co-op option has been added, and a directional orientated attack where if the player is facing forward, the A button punches and the B button does a back kick, but if you face the other way, the buttons are reversed. Gameplay is simple but fun, and the level design really makes the game more enjoyable. Instead of just moving forward and beating everyone up as you go along, we have levels that move upwards with ladders and pipes, and adds a new way to kill the enemies by knocking them off the platforms. One level even takes place inside a helicopter where players and enemies can get sucked through the door. Conveyor belts and spikes also add to the list of dangerous obstacles. The graphics are decent for Nintendo's 8-bit system, but it's obviously scaled down from the arcade game. Double Dragon 2 also follows suit of the first Double Dragon and features excellent music, providing some nice tunes from Nintendo's sound chip. Double Dragon 2 The Revenge can be picked up for about £6 to £10 and is a must-own game for the NES, and whilst not up there with the classics like Super Mario Bros. 3, it's definitely one of the best scrolling beat-em-ups for the 8-bit console. Step aside, Clark Kent, a new superhero reporter is in town, except this one's Geiger counter readings are way off the scale. It's flesh-melting mayhem in Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter. Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter was released in 1990 by CIC Video and is directed by Craig Price. It is a low-budget horror comedy spoof that is like a cross between Toxic Avenger and Sam Raimi's Darkman.
Can't you be original for a change?
Very funny.
It follows the story of Mike Wave, a local reporter who has just proposed to his girlfriend and is on the verge of breaking a story that will propel his career.
Yeah, tell us about your scoop. Look, I've told you as much as I can. I'm on the verge of my biggest story. I mean, when it breaks, I'm gonna sell this baby to every paper this side of Albuquerque.
Mike visits the local nuclear power plant to get concrete evidence of the plant's inability to dispose of the waste that is leaking into local soil and water supplies.
If you admit your guilt, maybe you can save your ass.
Guilt? What guilt?
Come on! Your containment center is ineffective.
The boss of the facility offers to show Mike the containment area to prove nothing is wrong, but is thrown into the toxic waste and left presumably dead. He somehow survives but is transformed into a radioactive Freddy Krueger lookalike that goes on a killing spree in an act of vengeance and retribution against the sleazy corporate suits that wronged him. If you are a fan of hilariously bad dialogue and one-liners, then this is the film for you. Corny lines come thick and fast and never let up.
If I give away the ending, you ain't gonna buy the story. Actually, I was hoping for more than your half. Hey, boo-boo. Look what's in the picnic basket.
Yep, call me Long Dong Silver.
Embarrassed publicly by facial blemishes.
Wait. What about a simple decapitation?
Cher, don't lose your head over this.
The acting is painful, but the film's tongue-in-cheek nature means it is not entirely without merit. But while many jokes fall flat, one scene had me in hysterics at its unpredictability.
Hold it right there!
Film special effects are average, and while the few death scenes are executed well, it could have done with an extra notch cranking on the goreometer. Unsurprisingly, Revenge of the Radioactive Reporter has never been released on Blu-ray or DVD, but I feel it is a lost curio that at least deserves some of your attention. It's a totally absurd, often hilarious ride that once seen will never be forgotten.
I hate fucking monkeys.
That's all we've got time for on this week's Retro Media Crypt, but if you enjoy odd and obscure horror films and playable old school gaming, then please subscribe for a new episode every other Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Till next time, Crypt Dwellers, goodbye.
I ain't come for trouble, just my girl.